It's another episode of Lessons from Mom, and today I'm going to be sharing about initiative. Yes, that reminds me of how my mom would always say, "You are not using initiative. You are expecting me to tell you everything." Exactly. That's where that came from. And that was very important to me because she would want me to use my common sense. A good example of that is sometime I was way younger. I remember she had asked me to sweep a room and I swept the room. The problem was I swept the middle of the room where there was nothing to move. And my mom was like, "Did you just say you swept this room?" I was like, "Yes, I swept the room with such confidence." And she was like, "You swept this room and that table was not moved and that this was not moved and that was not moved." And she said to me, "You did not use initiative. You did exactly what I told you and nothing extra." That was her lesson. What she wanted me to do after giving me that instruction was to put myself into it and own it using my common sense. And I learned that very early in life, that when I'm giving instructions, people often have that unmentioned, silent expectation that you will do extra. Why? Because they know you have something on the inside of you that tells you how better you can make things happen. And so, what are the things that I learned from my mom repeating conversations to me about using initiative? They range from being proactive. And so what she wanted was that if she said to me, "On Friday, we're going to make rice," at a particular age, she expected that I will ask questions like, "Do we have the pepper? Do we have the oil? Do we have the seasoning?" Because at this point, as a teenager, we became partners in these conversations. And she wasn't expecting that I would wait for her to do all the thinking and the decision making to make the rice happen on Friday. That skill that she gave me to be proactive and think ahead of things has lived with me till today. Not only did she want me to be proactive, she also wanted me to be decisive in allowing for improvement to those things that we did. And so there was a way she did things, and she knew that her ways sometimes were obsolete, because the younger generations will often have better ways of doing things, even if they did not have better wisdom than the adults. And so she wanted me to be able to not just be proactive, but to also be decisive and enhance the things that we did together. And so when she spoke about initiative, it was those three things and more. It was being proactive, it was being decisive, it was making things better and enhancing the things that we did together. The other key thing about my mom and her use of the word initiative was finding opportunity and solving problems. For her, when she said, "You did not use initiative," I heard clearly, you didn't solve a problem because you didn't identify an opportunity. And so these are the key things that I heard from her that have challenged me as a person today. And so today, because of these lessons on using initiative that I polished and made better in my years of working in consulting, I have that unique ability to look at a situation and identify the problems, even when I'm not told. And that unique ability to find the opportunities in those problems to create solutions. And those solutions to proactively decide how they will go and to make systems better and to make life of people better through those lessons from solving those problems. These are the key elements that my mom gave me every time she said, "You don't use initiative," because I could hear behind her words the things that she would have wanted me to do to make that situation better. She was amazing herself in using initiative and really waited for people to tell her what to do.
During our wedding, our sister in the church, they did the cooking. But in her words, she said, her caterers cook another jollof rice, brought drinks. At the end of the day, we had excess of rice. The other time when she traveled, before God called her home, she gave, apart from the money she gave our parents, she or her ovulation, she gave them money on my behalf. So when she came back to Lagos, she said, Adike, I gave money to mommy, to mama and Alaji on your behalf. Very thoughtful sister. She really trained us well. So she taught us resilience, independence, hard work, being smart at whatever it is that you do, getting things done as at when due, the art of being very organized. She taught us all that. It was like a 50-year curriculum that had to be done in a few years.
And so I challenge you today to think about it. In what ways are you using common sense? In what ways are you creating opportunities from problems? In what ways are you being proactive and challenging existing status quo that don't bring impactful change? I look forward to reading your comments about using initiative, being proactive, solving problems, changing systems, contributing to impactful change in the lives of people and in our world. It's Lessons from Mom. Thank you.
You're the song I sing, a steady drum beneath my